Hello, music fans. Now that June is behind us, it's time to talk about my 10 favorite metal, rock, and progressive albums of June, starting with number 10, which is by the band Chaos Frame, and the album's called Entropy. This is progressive metal. It's their third album, very solid. They're a lesser known band, but really great guitar work. Hope to hear more from them in the future. My number 9 is the album The Testament by Seventh Wonder. This is progressive power metal. It's their sixth album. They're a Swedish band featuring Tommy Karavik from Camelot on vocals. Great vocals on this, great guitar playing for fans of bands like Symphony X and Stradivarius. My number 8 album of June is by the band Deer on Grey, and the album is called Phalaris. This is avant-garde progressive metal with some alternative, death metal, gothic, and new metal influences. Really lots of styles mixed in, and it's all over the place, but it's really, really great. This is the 11th album from this amazing Japanese prog metal band. It has some screams and has some clean singing as well. And my number 7 is by White Ward, and it's called False Light. This is experimental post-black metal. It's their third album, really beautiful and atmospheric, but it's also crushingly heavy and brutal. There's some smooth jazzy sections with the saxophone, but then those get followed up with crazy blast beats and black metal shrieks. My number 6 is by the band Astronoid, and it's called Radiant Bloom. This is post-metal with black metal, shoegaze, and progressive influences. It's their third album. It's beautiful, it's atmospheric. It's got all clean singing, dreamy, high-pitched vocals over fast drums and guitar. It occasionally ventures into black metal sounding territory, but there's also lots of moments with a lot of effects and ambient sounds and shoegaze elements. This would be for fans of bands like Death Heaven, Sylvain, and Harakiri for the Sky. My number 5 is by Red Handed Denial, and it's called I'd Rather Be Asleep. This is progressive metalcore / gent. It's their third album. Great vocals from Lauren Babbitt as usual. She can sing beautifully and powerfully. She can also scream like a beast. The musicianship here is top-notch from all the instrumentalists as well. If you're a fan of bands like Periphery, Protest the Hero, Tesseract, if you want to hear a band that sounds like those bands, but then with more female vocals, kind of like those bands meeting Paramore sound. Kind of like Paramore as well, because they've got some poppy hooks on Red Handed Denial. I'd Rather Be Asleep. It's a lot poppier than Periphery, Protest the Hero, and Tesseract, but it's really good. Number 4, also kind of a poppier one. It's Coheed and Cambria with Vaxis 2, A Window of the Waking Mind. This is progressive rock, but then there's this pop punk, post-hardcore, emo / alternative and metal influence sprinkled in. So there's some variety here too. This is their 10th album. My favorite songs are Ladders of Supremacy and Window of the Waking Mind, which are the two more progressive songs. I prefer those over the poppy songs, but I also can't deny I like the poppy songs too. They're really catchy. If you like their last album, Vaxis 1, then you'll probably like this as well. And number 3 is by Charlie Griffiths, and it's called Tiktaalica. This is progressive metal. It's his first solo album. He's the guitarist from Haken. This features Tommy from Between the Buried and Me on vocals on some songs, and it has some other guest vocalists as well. It has a guest keyboard solo from Jordan Rudess of Dream Theater, and this would be good for fans of Between the Buried and Me, Haken, Dream Theater, Devin Townsend, Metallica. If you kind of like a blend of those bands, then this is what you should listen to. My number 2 is Porcupine Tree, and it's called Closure Continuation. Closure/continuation. Hopefully it's continuation and not closure, but I'll be happy either way. This is their 11th album. It's been 13 years since the last one they put out. I love the bass lines on this album, played by Steven Wilson. He also plays the guitars and sings lead vocals. The drums by Gavin Harrison are great on here. The keyboards by Richard are also great. There's some soft acoustic moments, but also some heavy metal riffs. Lots of odd time signature parts. My favorite track is Rat's Return. And my number 1 album of June is something that caught me by surprise, that I didn't even know it came out until a little bit after. It's the most recent one on here that I've heard that just kind of blew my mind, and it's by the band Bubble Math, and it's called Turf Ascension. It's their 3rd album. This is progressive rock. Same genre as Porcupine Tree, but sounds nothing like it. This is so eclectic. Probably my favorite album of the year so far. I immediately listened to all 3 of their albums. They're all great. If I had to compare it to anything, I would say it's like Mr. Bungle meets Gentle Giant and King Crimson. There's only 4 songs on the album, but it's 50 minutes long, so each song is about 10 minutes. But the opening track, Surface Tension, is 18 minutes. And I couldn't find this on Spotify yet, even though their other 2 albums are on there. I had to venture over to Bandcamp to hear it, but it was worth venturing over to another platform to listen. I'm glad I did, and really enjoy this. I think this could be a new top tier favorite band for me as I get into them a bit more. So really excited about this Bubble Math Turf Ascension. Hopefully there's something on this list that caught your attention and you check it out. Let me know if there's anything that you heard that you think I'd like that I should listen to. And until next time, peace out.